Okay, people. It's round 67. And we're at Portugal. We are tied with George Russell at 323 points. If we can get 25 points and the fastest lap, that's 26, that would be excellent. If George Russell finishes second, well, it depends really. If we get the fastest lap and get podium 1, we're good. But then if we do bad in Vegas, then that will give George Russell the advantage. So we need to basically have 3 consistent good races in order to win the championship. The Goose is 3rd Drivers' Championship. We have taken grid penalties again because of the gearbox. But you won't believe who's going to be starting in P2. Our teammate Liam Lawson set a 1 minute 18.110, putting him in 2nd place. He was 3rd, but because of our grid penalty, the Goose qualified P2, but has got a 5th place grid penalty because of the gearbox. But George Russell is starting on pole, so we'll be starting in P7. But if we get a good launch at the start, we're gonna cause chaos. So let's get on with it, shall we?
Welcome along then to Portimao, one of the busiest towns in the Algarve and a breathtaking destination that brings tourists from all around the world to the shores of southern Portugal. Today it's the backdrop for the latest round of the Formula 1 World Championship, and with a circuit this wide, we could be in for a lot of exciting wheel-to-wheel action today. 2.9 miles of track at Portimao, featuring 15 turns, 9 to the right and 6 to the left. A lot going on at this track, a lot of elevation changes that will affect the driver's braking and acceleration. Keep an eye out for the DRS zone on the final straight, as that'll be the setup for a lot of today's overtaking opportunities. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. George Russell will begin today's event in pole position, and Liam Lawson completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Ocon, Leclerc, Norris, Goose, Bottas, Albon, Stroll, Oscar Piastri, Verstappen, Sargent, Hulkenberg, Teo Porcher, Williams, Joe, Perez, Magnussen, Gasly, Tsunoda, and Nick de Vries rounds off the grid. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. With me today, of course, is Natalie Pinkham, joined once again by former Formula 1 driver Anthony Davidson, and they've had a lot of on-track incidents recently that could leave them low on confidence.
Certainly confidence is an important factor, and every time you're involved in an accident, it's not just the car you damage, but that confidence as well. But all the top racing drivers are able to tune that out when the race gets underway and focus on the job at hand.
Yeah, so that's not the Goose in P2, that's Liam Lawson. You're not seeing things. He had an excellent qualifying. We start P7 because of the gearbox penalty points. And we're off. The 2 Ferraris and the Goose is full wide here. Full wide for the first corner with Liam Lawson. Tackling the Mercedes 3 wide. And the Goose didn't make contact with his teammate. It's P1, 2 Mercedes. P3 and 4 locked in Geese. This is all out war. Can the Goose manage to get past the 2 Mercedes? We're going to find out very shortly with Liam Lawson P4. He's not had a good start. He's been overtaken by the teammate because he's been given specific orders to let the Goose through to tackle the Mercedes. And Lawson just to hold off and get a good result this race. So the Goose get past Esteban Ocon there. It's now George Russell in the lead. Not the man we want to see in the lead, but hopefully the Goose can do something here. Gaining on him all the time here. So it's George Russell in front for both Goose, and Ocon, then Lawson, Leclerc, Norris, Sainz, Stroll, Verstappen and Valtteri Bottas make up your top 10, with Logan Sargent in P11, Piastri, Albon, Hülkenberg, then Magnussen, the Porcher, the Perez, Joe, Williams, Gasly, Tsunoda, and Nick De Vries will complete the rest of the grid for lap 1. Going on to the final fast straight now, up the hill to the towards the finishing line. It's lap 2. The Goose is gaining, using his slipstream behind George Russell to catch up on him. Lawson drops down to P5, being overtaken by the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. And the Goose now closing in on George Russell. Can he get past him? Can the Goose secure a win here in Portugal? It's literally, these 3 races are key to the championship. The Goose overtakes George Russell. How long can he hold it in pole position? We'll soon find out for the rest of the race. Lap 3, and Russell is not happy with being second, so he's trying to overtake the Goose. And oh my life, he flew then. We took off on that sausage curb. Lando Norris is now fighting with our teammate Liam Lawson, but is ultimately successful. And Liam Lawson's dropping. He's dropped 4 places. We're on lap 6 now, and Esteban Ocon's having a go now with us, and he's forced off the track by the Goose. Obviously, he'd be on that he'd be on to Toto Wolff now. Lap 7, Lawson in P7, being overtaken by Carlos Sainz. This is not going well for Liam Lawson, and it's pretty much the same story with Ocon. Almost forced him off the track this time. And we're going on to lap 9. Lawson is P9 now, and Ocon successfully manage to get past the Goose, but the Goose uses slipstream off the sausage curb and onto turn 1, overtaking just Esteban Ocon. It's not going well for Liam Lawson, is it? Meanwhile, Verstappen is he's dropping down the order. What's going on there? Hey, he's out. Max is out, 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 Max is out, Max is out, Max is out. Max Verstappen is out, ladies and gentlemen. What we like to see. Don't know why. Is there any smoke coming from the back of that car? He's probably going to complain to Christian Horner now. Watch. There goes our teammate, Liam Lawson. Nah, it must be some kind of mechanical or electronics failure, because there's no smoke coming from that Red Bull. But never mind, and the Goose celebrating this little celebration there, and a taunt to the 2 Mercedes. Come get me. And nothing happened, so coming in at the end of lap 13, and a lap earlier. We're meant to pit at the end of lap 14, but we've decided to pit a lap early, get an undercut. So we're going off the soft tyres, and we're going on to the mediums. Here we are now into the pit lane. Can we get a good pit lane stop? Yes, we do. That's a good pit stop. That's good. That's very nice, that is. So lap 14, we shouldn't be too far behind. Well, it just depends what we position 10. So yeah, not too bad. Just half the grid. Lap 14, sort of lap 15 now. Goose take over Stroll. Oh, and George Russell. That's good. Good. We're ahead of George Russell. It's just Ocon, but Russell's the main target here. Our main rival for the end of season 3. We've overtaken a few other racers as well, including our teammate and Esteban Ocon. You can just see Perez going into the pit lane, and he's the only one to overtake, and we do. As he goes to the pit lane, he's going to drop right down the order, and Lawson's P9. What's going on with Liam's car? I have no idea. Lap 26, because nothing happened. And there is a car in front of us, you could just see it. That is the car of Logan Sargent from Williams, who started this race, I believe it was P10, and now he's last. He's about to be blue flagged by the Goose. Here we are. Probably the easiest overtake of this this race, thanks to Logan Sargent. And we a lap later, lap 27, and we're catching up with the AlphaTauri of Nick de Vries. Someone we blue flag often if we do a good race at fast tracks. And yeah, that was another easy overtake there from the Goose. Lap 30, and it's a hat trick of blue flags here. This is Kevin Magnussen we're behind now, and I don't imagine Gunther Steiner will be happy with him. just bring him in this fucking pain. Oh god. Gunther Steiner, legend. But then nothing happened after that, so we actually came across a few other racers in the background, but there's Sonoda there, and there's the Goose crossing the line ahead of the two Mercedes, winning the Portuguese Grand Prix for the second time in a row. We won the one last season, and it's an excellent result for the Drivers' Championship.
A nearly flawless performance here then, and a commanding victory. So, Natalie, what made the difference out there today?
For me today, the race was the perfect blend of thrilling overtakes, but also looking after those tyres and really making the stints last just that bit longer.
Well, what a thrilling end to an incredible Grand Prix weekend. Our top three finishers should be incredibly happy with what they were able to achieve out there today.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Goose increases their championship lead. Let's focus on Driver of the Day, Natalie Pinkham. Come on, who do you pick?
I have to give it to Goose.
It's another clear win for Mercedes as they managed to secure the Constructors' title. An incredible performance for the whole team. Meanwhile, good work from the owner-drivers team this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
Oh, it's the beginning of the end for George Russell. So, we got the fastest lap as well. We blue flagged three people. Sargent, De Vries and Magnussen. Now, Lawson, what happened? P2 and now you're 10th. What happened? I'm sure he'll tell us after the race, but Constructors, Mercedes have won it, and we've overtaken Ferrari. That's what we need. That's good. That's good. We're 17 points behind McLaren, so if we can get third place, that'll be a miracle. We only have 2 races to do it, so the Goose basically needs to win both races, basically, to do that. I don't know if that'll happen, but in the meantime, thanks for watching. Take care. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to this channel, and check out my main channel, Tico Sprinter. Until then, it's goodbye from us, and we'll see you in round 68 in Vegas.